can you speak to the benefits of optimizing omega-3 intake and what kind of dose you're taking at the moment? Because I think you even take a higher dose than me.
4 grams DHA, 2 grams EPA. So that's 4 giant triple strength in the morning, 4 giant triple strength at bedtime. I take, and it's so useful for a lot of things: brain health, heart health, androgen receptor density, almost every system in your body. It's one of those things where you fucking have to take it. Like, it's the most critical, important over-the-counter supplement you could take for your health. Like, step one. Like, when you go to countries where they don't have shoes, that's how I look at people who don't take fish oil. Like, wow, look at that fucking savage. Only, the thing is, people who don't have shoes, they develop calluses on the soles of their feet. They don't need shoes. But you watching this, you need the omega-3s. I remember once I was talking to an exceptionally stupid woman, and it happens a lot, actually. But I remember this time in particular. And she was telling me how she insists on breastfeeding because it has omega-3s. I'm like, bitch, you eat Fruit Loops for 3 meals a day. You don't have any omega-3s to give. She's like, what? I was like, what do you think? Your titties just generate omega-3s out of the atmosphere? You have to eat the omega-3s, and then your breast pump what you eat into your baby. If you eat like shit, your baby's going to become out as dumb as you. And then, she never talked to me again after that. But I think she did start taking omega-3s at least. She still eats Fruit Loops.
It's one of the one of my first jobs out of university was to do a marketing catalog for a big supplement retailer in Australia. And I was working at a gym. I had a degree in marketing, so it was very interesting. And one of the things you learn is that almost all supplements are bullshit. There's a few that are good. Your intra workout product is fantastic, by the way. It was when I saw that you had some products, I was like, okay, they've got some cool labels on them. They've got some cool names. I hope they're not full of bullshit. And then I was looking at the ingredient panel. I was like, oh no, this is actually what people need for an intro. So the thing with the omega-3 is, I've tried every supplement that's actually healthy. And the thing that is the most profoundly impactful that I actually feel if I take it consistently over time is the high dose omega-3. It is, and it's something that I recommend for all my clients. Sometimes, it adds up a little bit in price, but it is absolutely worthwhile because it's the most evidence-based supplement. And when you actually run people's omega-3 index, when they're not taking any, unless they absolutely love eating salmon and mackerel, which most people don't, their omega-3 index is in the absolute fucking gut.
I've been too scared to look. It's like, I'm not going to take a pulse on a headless body. So I don't see why I would run an omega-3 index on somebody with a high school education who tells me that they take 2 cc's of test every other week. I'm like, yeah, there's no way that this fucktard's doing anything right. I'm not even going to bother. It's like, first, before you even get blood work on him, let me fix everything I can in his life and let him do something right for 4 weeks. Because if I do blood work on him now, I'm going to have to tell him he's dying and he's going to be too scared to function. And he's just going to say, fuck it, and start banging hookers and snorting coke off their ass and blow his kids' college fund. So I got to at least give him some hope for survival and fix everything for a month. And then we'll check his blood work and see what he's like. And then they're like, I want to use Masteron. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's like, okay, fuck face. First, do HRT and eat healthy and train for a month. And then I promise, if you're healthy enough, I will give you permission to use something more extreme like Masteron. And it's not a placebo dose, but it's like, if I have to negotiate with somebody and be like, all right, I'll give you the thumbs up on the Masteron if I can see your ApoB under 90. It doesn't do anything test doesn't do. You haven't even figured out how much test you're supposed to be using yet. But you misunderstood my videos and you are obsessed with this drug because you don't understand what it is. And you don't get that it's basically Test's little brother, but it's Test's little brother without a prison record and without a warrant out for its arrest. It's still Test's little brother. It's just Test's little brother without the baggage. So, but you're not even healthy enough to do this. So it's like until you could get that ApoB under 90, you're not using any Masteron, you're not using any Anavar. Until you can get that GGT under 30, you're not touching DHB. And then, and there's no reason to even fuck with the other drugs because those are the 3 cleanest drugs you can use.
I often use the analogy for people who are starting TRT who don't have their shit together is that they're basically taking a Ferrari engine and putting in a Suzuki Swift, and then when the car crashes and it blows up when it comes out of the parking lot, then they're blaming the car. And it's like the issue is you didn't service the rest of the car, 1, and 2, you don't know how to drive. And they think that if they put the Ferrari engine, it's going to turn the rest of the car into the Ferrari, and then they're going to turn into a race car driver. And it's like that. Not only does that not happen, but you're going to fucking fall apart. And we see it all the time.
I always I'm like, first we have to hit the straightaway, then you can punch the nitrous. But we're on a curve right now. There's no point in punching the nitrous right now. You're just going to wreck the car.
Yeah. And half the time when I see the guys, they're not even on the road. They're off in the ditch and the car's on fire.
What I always say to people too is like, it's like, you know, when you give a 4-year-old let the 4-year-old sit in the driver's seat and they're turning the wheel and they're saying vroom, vroom and hitting the horn and their feet don't touch the pedals and they don't even know about keys. So there's no key in the ignition. That's you. Like first, let's have your feet touch the pedals and stick the key in the ignition. Let's master that. Once we get the nutrition and the training right, once we've turned the key in the ignition, which is nutrition, and once we've got our feet on the pedals, which is training, now we can actually start turning the wheel and we're driving a car.
And also it's like, let's have you be the guy who's been doing that for a while, because people go, oh, I fixed my diet and I started training 8 weeks ago. I'm like, okay, cool, but all your cells and everything in your body has been built on garbage thus far. So let's give it some more time to take some effect, and then let's look at having some expectations about results.
Yeah.
I send a lot of people over to Todd's content, a lot about stuff that is outside of my scope. Todd does consults as well. So can you let people know how they can find you and how they can work with you if that's possible?
If you go with the YouTube channel, please watch the most important shit playlist. I called it most important shit for a reason, because it's the most important shit. The reason why I use that language is because my signature, every video starts with me saying, you're watching Dr. Todd Lee TV, where theoretically you could learn a bunch of cool shit. So then the name of the playlist is the most important shit. So that is the shit you should watch first. Like, I wish there was a way to force it so that no one could watch anything but that playlist first. Then watch whatever the fuck you want. Most people watch T-ball and trend and they skip hydration, and then they're just going to end up with a fucked up organ systems because they got their priorities all fucked up. Now, if you want my help, on my Instagram, there's a link to get a consult, or you could just go to toddleemd.com. That's my name. Put a .com after it. You're there. And I will do a consult with you. I mean, a lot of people are smart and they're busy and they don't have time to watch my shit. They're just like, I'm sold. This is the guy. I don't have time to watch his shit. I just want to talk to him. That doesn't make you have a low IQ. I was fucking with you. So just get the consult, and then I have programs, whether it's coaching or concierge wellness. I'll find the right program for you with the consult. If you want blood work read and analyzed, that is not a consult. That is a blood work analysis. That's a different option on the website. That's pretty much it. That's the long and the short of it.